Hey, good morning. Uh, it is a beautiful day out. Got a good deal of stuff to show you today, or some updates. But I'm trying to get into this, the whole tip of the day. I'm going to keep this one real short, hopefully, and even though I tend to talk a lot. Um, I was out, if you watch my last video, I was traveling through Nullsec. Uh, and that was pretty cool. The NPC Nullsec. Uh, I was able to avoid one guy who tried to shoot me at a gate, or not to get to me at the gate. Um, and I was trying to focus on how to get around nullsec without depending upon not only uh, cloaking devices, but also warp core stabilizers, which have been recently updated. So this might be helpful, or the last video might be helpful to anybody who's having to switch over to that. Uh, One of the most important things with what I'm trying to set out, one of the things I'm trying to set up in nullsec is um, doing planetary interaction, and a lot of getting around in nullsec. Um, you have to move your stuff out to sell it at market, and so I've been practicing moving around without relying on both cloaking and um, uh, not using warp core stabilizers. That way, they're a helpful positive, but I'm not reliant on them. So checking your maps, checking your dotland, just in general knowing what can happen. I'm probably going to continue to do videos about that, and then sooner or later just do one big long video about it that I'll post up to be helpful. But what was really helpful yesterday was running into that one situation where I warped to the gate at 100 kilometers out, and the guy tried to close my gap. But I had a plan and knew my pre-setup of having a safe spot already set up. I was able to warp in, check he was there, get away. Some other things about knowing about whether or not guys will try to follow you through a gate, that sort of thing. Like I said, I'm gonna die. Part of living out here is going to die, but to minimize that and also have fun playing. So the tip today is once I got out there, got to where I'm at right now in ATAC Z. I'm in a nice little NPC station here. I took my Imicus out and was exploring, doing some scouting, and there were a lot of anomalies. Um, so I was like, oh, I'll get them. And just to show you, probably in, I would say, less than an hour and a half period over the last 2 days of just scanning um, in this area. And I don't think anybody scanned it, so I came back in today and there weren't as many. But I was able to accumulate 126 million ISK worth of items. And I'll get into that a little bit more um, later on the video and show you what I've been doing. But the tip of the day, I told you I have a tendency to wander. The tip of the day is while I was scanning one of the systems or one of the areas and doing a data site, um, a guy was in system and he was there for a little while, and I was doing my D scan, being safe, being careful, and suddenly fleet, a request to join his fleet popped up. And I almost clicked yes. I mean, just out of sheer, boop, because normally people will put up comments, or ask to talk with you, not do a fleet request. And I almost clicked yes. And the tip is don't do that. Don't click yes. Because I didn't know why he was doing it before. And then after I got done, I clicked no. He never talked to me, and about 5 minutes later he left. Um, but if you fleet up, you can instantly warp to somebody. And I was watching a couple of things, reading a few things after the video that I made, and it turns out that a lot of guys who are trying to kill you, they'll try to trick you into fleeting up with them so they can warp directly to you and shoot you. There is no stoppage of somebody. Just because you're in a fleet with somebody, it doesn't cause them to not shoot you. So that is my tip of the day. It took 5 minutes. I really got to move on with that. But yeah, do not fleet up with anybody you don't know. Just message back and forth. Um, it is the fastest way to die, from what I can tell, and they will laugh because they're looking for noobs to do that with. So I was able to do that. Uh, Updates. I created. I wanted to. I created my corp for living out here in nullsec that I'm going to be actively using because I want to start um, moving some stuff out here to be able to kill some NPC characters. I want to get those bounties, and I don't want to pay that 11% tax, basically on the NPC corp. So I created my own, and I've been talking about it for a little while. The name of it is. Oh wait, that was anticlimactic there. Where are you? Social Corporation. The 5C. And you may be wondering, what is that? I've talked about it for a while. This is a shout out to my brother-in-law, who will probably never play this game. He has no interest in computers. But a couple of years ago, I was trying to learn. I I knew nothing about camping. I still know very little. I could do it. I could survive for 2 days um, out in the woods. But he pointed out to me a an idea. It's a system that they use in camping. And when I say I lean to, I make lean tos. Um, and it's called the 5 Cs of survival. And the 5 Cs of survival revolve around the 5 things that before you go camping, you should always make sure you have. And I look at the way I play this game um, as survival. I'm not power gaming. I'm not just sitting up in high sec doing missions. My idea is to jump out here in null sec and low sec and just try to survive. The wilderness, the animals that want to kill me are the other players. The fish that are on the stream are the NPC ships that are out here. Um, and the being a, so and the 5 Cs of survival revolve around, and I actually set up so I could remember my divisions by this. The 5 Cs are cutting, so you have to have a knife whenever you're out hunting. Combustion, you have to have something to start fires with because you have to be able to create a fire when you're out there to cook your water and cook your food. Container, you have to have something to be able to hold water so you can rehydrate. Cover, you have to have shelter. So cover is the fourth one. And then cordage. You have to have something to be able to tie things with, to be able to make things. It's a lot easier. Now, some of these things can be made from items that are out in the wilderness, like you could make your cover a lean-to. You could use sticks and break things. Obviously, you could make your own rope using vines and things like that. If you knew how to make fire off of rocks and sparking, container is a lot tougher, and a cutting is a lot tougher. Having a knife, obviously, you could use a sharp rock, but all of these things could be made, but it would take a lot of things. So I think of like Tom Hanks in what's the movie with the Wilson, where he's talking to Wilson. Doesn't shoot. He's stuck on the island. I'll think of it later on after the video is done. He didn't have anything, and if you remember, he had like I think it was an ice skate, and that was his knife. And he made his own rope out of some of the trees that were on the island. But so that is the 5 Cs. So that's what I created the corp name as. And the thing I'm all of my videos, these are not recruitment videos. I want to be 100% sure on that. what I've done is I created that, and then I also created a chat channel called The5Cs. Let's just see here. There we go. Nobody's in there other than me right now. Um, it will take a while for it to grow. Um, but the 5Cs, if anybody wants to join it, you can just look it up. It's THE5CS. I may be on, I may not be on. Obviously, if you've seen my videos, I work a lot. But what I'd like to do is grow a community of people who play similarly, and to bounce things off of each other. Um, as far as the corporation goes, I'm not going to actively recruit and send out recruitment emails and get into chats and things like that. Basically, I want the corporation to focus on the same aspects of the way I'm playing right now, and that is to do so, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in later videos, but my first thought is to focus on two things. I like that two, rather than doing two things. The future aspects of it is, number one, to get my Planetary Interaction going, so I can make money for the corporation. Down the road, maybe look at putting up, long term, putting up POCOs, player controlled stations, customs offices that lower the cost, and actually doing that. That's long-term infrastructure of the corporation, so it can make its own money. As a function, I'd like to do something, and I might have talked about this in prior videos. What I'd like to do is seed out for new players, or old players, or returning players, who are playing this way, exploration frigates like the one that I have right here, all through NPC nullsec. So people can easily go out and just find a way to get out there. If they die, they can quickly get another ship. I'm not going to seed other ships. That's up to other people who want to join or do whatever. This is a purely quick way of doing it. Why do I want to do that? A, I think it's fun. That's the number one priority. B, any player can use an exploration ship to have fun like I am, and be an alpha, be an omega, doesn't matter. The ship that I'm flying right now is I'm an omega pilot with my character, but can be flown by an alpha character. My skills are alpha level on exploration because I've focused on planetary interaction recently. But I'll just show you here. It is, I've shown you before, but it is basically very simple. Regular relic organizer, or data analyzer, relic, and just a regular afterburner, probe launcher, probes. Don't even need those two things. And like I said earlier, just using this regular ship with, and I'll just show you my scanning skills because they are very alpha centric. There you are. My skills are nothing right now, nothing over level 3. Some are only level 2. And I was still in the last, in 2 hours over the last 2 days, able to accumulate 126 million ISK worth of stuff. A scanning ship will allow you to find wormholes. It will allow you to find data sites. It is a quick ship. It allows you to get around. It will allow you to scout areas. It will allow me to be able to scan down wormholes from nullsec to take all this stuff to market. It will allow me to make rigs out here. So what I'd like to do with the corporation is seed these ships, maybe a little bit upgraded as I start making some rigs, all through nullsec for myself to use and my corp mates. But the chat channel is not for the corporation. The chat channel is for anyone who's returning to the game, who likes playing this style, who just wants to have fun on their own. Please feel free to join in. I ask you to be nice to everyone that's there. It's going to be an open channel. Down the road, if it gets fun, we'll create a Discord channel maybe for it. Again, not corporate focused, really just for anyone who wants to play and have fun. The most important, well, the most important thing is this style is fun. But the second part is people that are similar to myself who can't create 15 accounts, who can't sit on the game for hours and hours at a time. I can boot in, jump into a scanning ship, and play for 15 minutes or play for 2 hours and have fun on my day off or on a work day. So that's what I plan on doing, especially over the next period of time with the corporation. And then we'll work from there. So that is that. I do want to give one last shout out. Great video yesterday. Let me just see if I've got it here. We'll just pull up a Chrome on itself. Oh, Chrome. There we go. And there was a great video, even though it'll cost me my IS-making ability, from Talking in Stations, either yesterday or the day before. I just watched, it's very rare I watch the whole videos through. But this one I watched the whole way through because it talks about two things. Boy, this is running slow. Where are you there? We'll do, there. It's coming. Two of my favorite things. There you are. Stop. Actually, we'll back up and I'll just show you the whole Talking in Stations channel. There it is. It is this one right here. Easy money with planetary mining. So everything that I've talked about recently with Planetary Interaction, the second half of the video that they do gives a really good overview. They interview two guys about Planetary Interaction. They point out some really good websites for that. I'm actually going to use one of them, so if you ever want to get into it, feel free. The first half of the video is a great interview with, and they've interviewed her before. She's part of their group, with a character who does role playing within the game. So, and I can't think of her name. She's fantastic. The interview is fantastic. The whole video is very good. You don't have to watch it all the way through. It was made 2 days ago. But really, this is one of those videos I really like that they did. As you can see, I don't watch all the videos they put up. I just watch partly through. But I really like this one. I want to say, if you want to watch something really good, watch that one. It's fantastic. Last but not least, we're going to have a little bit of fun here. I'm not going to jump out in the ship. I want to show you. Is this it? There it is. I started working on my opening sequence. I'm trying to figure out, I'm using my free video recording and then the Windows video editor, going free first to learn how to do parts of it so that maybe down the road if I want to get into video editing. But I'm trying to create my opening sequence to my videos. I want, my kind of goals are, am I still on here? Yeah. My kind of goals are to create a video that I can easily switch in and outable. You're going to laugh. I did all this time to try to clear up the screen to make it pretty, and I completely forgot to take my face off of it. So you're going to see two, when I do my opening video here, it's very bare bones. I haven't added in any text, anything like that. But I forgot to remove off my face here. But then after I watched it, I'm like, you know what? That's actually kind of cool. Because you'll see, I do it so that in the video, by accident, my ship starts off behind me and scrolls right across the screen. And what I was trying to do was show my ship scrolling across the screen and then pan out so that you get more of a visual of how big the view is. But obviously, this is my first try. I did it for like 3 minutes trying to create this video. I have so much work to learn and do and know, and I want to play the game. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. But this was really fun to do. So let's go ahead and go ahead and expand it there, and go ahead and watch it here. What I want to do is you're going to see this come in. I'm going to pan out, and then as I learn how to do it, I'll add in some notations up here. Maybe my I want to create a corporate logo, that sort of thing. So just like the game, I like to show, if anybody ever wants to make their own videos, I'm going on the super cheap, free video software, free Windows editing software, um, and this is what I came up with so far. It's so bad. So there I am, there I am right there. I'm staring at the screen, I'm focused. There's my ship flying by. Now I'm starting to zoom out. So bad. There I am, zooming out. Need to work on this. Man, am I focused right now. Look at that. Zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. Zooming out so I'm getting smaller. And there's the station that I'm in. And there it is. So that's the first try. It was a lot of fun to make. Let's go ahead and close this down here. Oh, there we go. It was a lot of fun to make. I really only did it for like 5 minutes or so. One thing, I was looking back at some old Talking in Stations videos from like last year, and they were in a very similar bent. I think they were using Apple software, then they switched over to Windows software later on. But you can see, wow, their upgrade of their technology and how they're doing their shows, it's become very professional. I'm never going to get to that level, so kudos to them. But I've learned a lot, and learning this part of it actually helped me to get my promotion at work. A little bit, you'd be amazed. But I wouldn't say it got me that, but it was that little nugget that I threw onto my resume. And people go, "You do videos?" And I go, "Yeah." And they literally looked at one of the guys. They told the tech guy, and he went and watched my videos. And he's like, "Yeah, I watched it. It wasn't too bad." I'm like, "Oh my god." So, hey, that's pretty much it. It's shorter than I thought. We're at 22 minutes. Sweet. So hopefully I'll keep working on that startup. But that's about it. I'll try to do another video maybe later on today, maybe tomorrow. But if you want to join the chat channel, please feel free. It's The5Cs. And to join a chat channel, all you got to do is come into your chat channels here, type in THE5CS, and there it is right there. So I'm already part of it. And I have very bad attention deficit disorder. I'm good for about 30 minutes. So you'll see me pop in and out. I'd like to grow more and more people who like this type of gameplay. So please feel free to talk amongst yourselves. The only thing I say is be respectful. I don't care about any views. I don't care if you want to recruit other people to your corporation in this channel. Don't care. Like I said, this is not a recruitment channel. It's all about the gameplay, having fun. That's it. So it's about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. You guys have a great day. Fly safe. Fly dangerously. I'm going to go do some more yard work. And have a nice day. Alrighty. Have a good one.